Aloha, guys. Molly here from Discover the Big Island Real Estate. I'm here with my amazing and beautiful partner, Michael. Michael, welcome.
Hi, Melly. How are you today? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
A
good.
while ago, we were having a little bit of sound difficulties. Aloha to everyone watching. Today, we're going to be talking about farmers markets in the state of Hawaii, specifically in Hilo. If you are traveling, or if you live here, or if you're considering moving to the Big Island of Hawaii, you know that farmer markets are pretty prominent. They're all over the island. Today, we're going to be focusing on the Hilo side and all the farmers markets that are available for people that live on that side. I brought on my friend and referral partner, Michael, to this conversation, and he's going to be sharing his local tips on which farmers markets are the ones that he loves and enjoys attending. And we have a couple of tips and a lot of resources for you guys today. If you are here, drop us a comment, drop us a like, so that we know and acknowledge you. We have the comments open. Feel free to drop your ideas. If you're moving to the island, we are going to be more than happy to read your comments during this live stream. So without further ado, Michael, what are your thoughts in regards to farmers market here in the state of Hawaii? What are your favorites, and what are the fruits that you enjoy picking up the most?
Oh, good questions. Good questions. Well, when I first moved here, I did read a book. I honestly I don't remember the title of it, but they did say that here in the state and here in Hilo side particularly, you could probably go to a farmer's market every day of the week, and it is
Right,
true.
right.
There are some, like we'll be talking a little bit more about some of those, but some are more, destination or event oriented, and we'll talk about that. And then there's others that are just drop in and buy fruits and vegetables. And I think I'm a big fan of white pineapple.
Oh my gosh, same. And especially the little ones that are the
Yes,
sweetest. Oh my gosh. Or apple bananas, right? Those are
apple
my
banana. Yes, by far. I love apple bananas, and you just can't get enough of them sometimes. And when sometimes they'll ripen on the tree, and they go so fast that you're just eating them. You don't want them to go to waste.
Oh, right. Oh my goodness. Or mangoes, right? Or mangoes where they're in season, or lychees. So
Yeah.
guys, we have a couple of websites to share with you, and Michael is going to be discussing those farmers markets with you guys. So,
And I apologize, you guys. I have a little cough, so if I stop to cough, my apologies on that one. So yeah, on the east side, probably the one that you guys have heard the most is the Hilos Farmers Market. And that's popular. It's right in town. When we get cruise ships here, that people will be flocking to the farmers markets. Their market days are Wednesday and Saturday from 7 to 3. That's the day that all the vendors are there selling not only fruits and vegetables, but they will be selling, local artwork or, crafts, clothing, everything down to, honey and candles and beeswax and things like that. So many things that it's hard to say, like, where do you start and where do you go? But those days, the market is so expansive that it takes up two sides of the street, and it's a great opportunity just to stroll around. There's a few good, food vendors there as well. If you just so happen to be there and it's an off day, know that the vendors are still there. They just may not have as many of them, but don't let that stop you from getting out and enjoying the market. Things like fresh flowers and anthurium are there for you just to take back and enjoy, whether it's at your hotel room or at your Airbnb that you're staying at, or maybe take to your host um, that you're staying at for the week while you're here. Uh, they just recently put in a new structure, so right now the vendors are all protected from the elements. So if we've got a little bit of drizzle, and if you're on Hilo side, it does rain a little bit, but you're protected, and you can just spend the whole day out there strolling around and looking and seeing the wares that they've got. But very popular. This is by far the most popular one. And uh, I recently had a client. She was here. That's where she went, and she just spent better part of the afternoon just talking to the vendors and getting to know them, where they were from, where their families, got started, where their farms are, and that's half of it. You can stroll around and look and see, but take time to talk. And as we say here, we talk story. So get to know the vendors and where they are. You'll find that they're probably just handcrafting things in their living room and then bringing them to the markets to sell. And we always want to support the local vendors, and this is one great opportunity to do that. So
You
definitely check it
touched
out.
you touched on a beautiful point on this one, Michael. I think that, the more we support our local economy, the more it thrives. And,
Hmm.
like you said, a lot of these vendors are operating from their home, right? They may not
Hmm.
have a physical location. So all of the products that they're manufacturing and they're selling to the public, they're just making them in their room or part of their home. There's a lot of
Hmm.
wood crafters also on that side. A lot of people that work monkey pods and other type of koa wood, which is the most popular. So I
Yes.
love that you mentioned that. Um, this market also has photo ops opportunities for those on Instagram that are wanting those very colorful shots.
Hmm.
Um, so you go to this market, you not only get fruit, but you can get a really nice photo op, right, Michael?
Mhm. Oh, yes, most definitely, most definitely. And I would say probably one of the more popular spaces is just right in front of the sign that says Hilo's Farmers Market. And I've definitely had a guest in town, and that's a stop for us and a place for a little photo opportunity.
Right. I,
Yeah.
I love that, and I love that you're sharing with us, Michael, this market. Here is the map, right? This is where all the produce is. This is arts
Yeah.
and crafts, and here they also have the mini market, right, for food,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
yeah, very
Can't
cool.
go wrong with spending some time strolling through
Right.
the.
Well, let us know in the comments, guys, for anybody watching who has visited the farmers market in Hilo. We will love to know, and we will love to cross reference notes with you guys. Um, for the most part, most of the vendors that are there, are local, right? They offer their produce, and they that's how they feed their families, right? So
Mhm.
we're very happy to be sharing this information with you guys. Is there anything else, Michael, that you would like to share specifically to this market?
Oh, when you go there, pay attention to the details. And when
Yes.
I say that, the structure of this building that they just built is, it seems simple, but if you look up, you'll see some really interesting details, especially where the rain flows down into the gutters. It's my background is architecture, and so when I saw that originally, I thought that's just a really neat design. And if you wanted to, share something with somebody on Instagram that nobody's seen before, that's probably a good photo op right there.
Right. Oh, totally. And they made it so vibrant, right? They made it,
Yes.
it's so beautifully made.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
this one.
Okay, the Moku Farmers Market. This one is actually um, a mile away from my house, where I live in Ainaloa, in the Pahoa area of the Puna district. And Moku Farmers Market is a Sunday market. It's it's very, very popular. Unfortunately, due to COVID, things have slowed down just a little bit, but in its heyday, there would be food vendors there. They would have obviously all the local fruits and vegetables. You could buy plants there. Uh, they also had a section set up, you can see in the center of that area, that was set up with tables, just picnic tables end to end. And then they had a stage, and usually they would have a band. And so it was a social event. You
Hmm.
would go there to visit with your friends. You may not have seen them all week long, but that's where you would meet up. Let's meet up at the Maku'u Farmers Market. And there's parking there. It's off street parking, uh, $2 to get in, pretty reasonable. And that goes to fund the Maku'u, Community Center. My understanding is that they're going to be building a much larger community center to have events and things like that in. So I see them clearing some land right now. So I'm thinking that maybe they're getting
Oh,
ready to
that's
break on that facility, and that'll be something really great for the community. And
right.
again, right now it's Sunday 7 to 12, but a really great opportunity, and it's a great place to people watch.
Right, right. It's a great, what did he say? It's a great place to eat lunch.
No, to people watch. I just like to
People
go sit
watch,
there.
yeah.
My favorite from here is the green papaya salad. Absolutely love it. There's a few vendors there. I could eat green papaya salad every day of the week if I could. But
I
you
love
just sit
that.
at picnic tables, talk with your friends, and just watch everybody strolling around. It's really great. Like I said, you know, you get tourists coming through, but at the same time, it's just folks who live here, and that's where they want to be for the afternoon. So
Right.
great place to check out.
Oh, we have a viewer, Jessica O'Reilly. It says that sounds cool. That must have been great. People watch. So we have another person that enjoys people watch. Sometimes that's cool, right? I mean, you're kind of seeing, like how they're dressed and their colors, and where you will sometimes wonder where they're from. What's their story.
Right,
So
right.
that's pretty cool. And thank you so much for watching, Jessica. Yeah, so this is a really cool farmers market.
Yeah.
And they have association. That's pretty cool that it's not only a place where people can go and offer their products, but they also fundraise, right, for other causes.
Yes, that is true. They do, and so giving back
So
to the
so this
community.
one is very dear to your heart because you're very close by this one.
Yeah, like I said, it's a mile away. I can walk there and
Right,
walk 2 bags of fresh vegetables and stuff like that. So, and then with a full tummy too. So
right.
that's even better. one,
So
one, yeah. And so moving on from there, that's on Sunday. The other one Mally's just put up is what they refer to as Uncle Robert's, and it's probably one of the more popular ones. But it's an evening market
right,
on Wednesday nights. I don't get down there as much as I would like, but this one too is also a social event. People, they may not entertain a lot in their homes, but they'll go to the market and hang out with their friends. And here there's live music and bands, and there's a bar if you want to have a drink, you can get some beer. But then there's also food vendors, so you can have a meal, and all other local vendors as well that are there. Everything from flowers to, like I said, just the bee boys are there with all their beeswax lip balm and salves and things like that. That anything that you can imagine, you could probably find. A lot of handcrafted items as well.
right.
This one starts, I think, at like 5:30 in the evening, and it goes to. It might be like 9 o'clock at night, something like that.
Wow.
But get there early, and parking's you just have to park on the street. If you get there late, you might park down the road a little bit, but that's okay
Right,
because you're going to have a good time. And one of the things that I noticed when I was there, it just seemed like almost like everybody knew everybody. Somebody knew somebody, and you could just hear the conversation going. It was just a great environment to be in, and a nice way to break up the week. You don't have to wait till Sunday morning or Saturday morning to go to the market. Go on a Wednesday night, and some people's like, oh, it's so far to get to. No, it's from my house. It's 15 miles down the road. That's not far at all.
right.
You know.
And you know what I love, Michael? That, for the people that are moving to the island, this may be a great place for them to socialize with others,
Mhm.
right? And meet new people.
Right. Oh, great opportunity for that. It's a that area. Kalapana is a really tight knit community to begin with,
Oh,
but
totally.
it's a great opportunity just to meet people, introduce, talk story. You'll learn a lot in a very short period of time and probably make some really good friends. And maybe this becomes just a regular Wednesday night, see you next Wednesday, see you next Wednesday
Right.
type thing. Yeah, yeah.
That is so, so awesome. So, this is one that you enjoy going on every Wednesday. So, guys, there's a very local tip there for people that are in Puna, that are really wanting to explore the area or have events to attend. Wednesdays are known to to be active there, right? With music.
Yeah, music and food doesn't get any better
Music
than
and food. So Michael, what about this one, this Volcano Village?
Oh, Volcano Village. Yeah, well, look, for those of you that were on some of our previous discussions, we talked once before about Mountain View, and I talked about the Volcano Farmers Market. They've got a very active community association up there, and it's a very vibrant group. Local artisans, vendors, food vendors, people making their crafts. This market is on Sunday. They also have some things happening on Saturday where they do like yard sales and things like that you can go to. But the Sunday market is very popular. I've heard from folks before, get there early because they sell out pretty much of everything.
Wow. What
So,
is the your favorite thing to get from this market?
oh, well, I've already said the white pineapples, but I'm a real sucker for finding things that I just can't find anywhere else. And so, papaya,
Yeah,
a theme there, I guess, green papaya salad. But
right.
uh, they're going to be making some, there might be some food and things like that there as well. I really probably couldn't pinpoint one other than I would say probably local honey.
Local honey. That's
Yeah.
something that you can, I mean, well, you can certainly get it at Costco here, right? But if you're on the
Yeah.
mainland, that local honey with what is it called? That kind of beeswax or
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind
It's a
of,
little darker, I think, of what you're probably thinking of.
right.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
I
well worth
forget. If somebody in
well worth
here in the comments can let us know. But it is, yeah, you can certainly get your local honey. I'm
Yeah.
jumping on to this one.
Yeah.
This,
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. This one, Hawaii Vibration. The woman who runs this, her name is Merlinda. And I stumbled upon Merlinda a short while ago. She's in Orchid Land, which is just down the road from where I live. And
oh,
she has a farm to table. She's got a little B&B that you can stay there. So we did have one client that stayed there, and she invited me over. She's like, Michael, come on over. We're going to do the farm to table. And for some folks, maybe on the mainland, there's restaurants that are farm to table. This was true farm to table. Excuse me. When we arrived, she gave us a big bowl, and we walked through her gardens, and she explained so much. There were things growing there that I didn't even know grew, and the objective was we just selectively handpicked items, and then went back and prepared. We did do a green papaya salad because that was one of the things I wanted, but we made fresh guacamole. We we got a bunch of just different vegetables and made a soup out of it.
wow.
She had actually prepared prior. She had gotten some edible bamboo, and we made edible bamboo burritos.
Oh
I
my
could
goodness.
every day of the week. They were so good. I don't know how I can grow edible bamboo in my yard, but I would like to.
Oh my gosh.
Phenomenal. And it was she laid this out, and it is basically like farmers market, which she does have during the week, but this was just the experience to experience her garden in a different light. And through the meal, we would prepare and then stop and eat something and have conversation, and then we would prepare something else. So it was a process, and before I knew it, 2.5 3 hours had gone by, and it was just a wonderful evening. I would tell folks, if you're headed out that way, that might be something to look into. If you want something special and unique to the island, that's it.
Do
That
it.
that to me
Right.
made everything that I thought about being here. And when people say I want to live off the land, she's a great resource. And now she's offering Wednesday markets. I think they go from like 10 to 2, something like that. But the
Right.
beauty in her market is a lot of bartering going on. And we've talked about that before. That's just a really great way. My own story is one day my avocado tree produced so many avocados and they were all ripening at the same time. I couldn't eat them all.
Wow.
So I put them in a box separately and I walked down the street and neighbors were out and I was like, would you like some avocados? And they're like, oh yeah. Oh, well, we just picked some bananas. So here, why don't you take the bananas? No,
Right.
we were just at my grandfather's place and he had some, something else or whatever it was, papaya. They're like, here, you take that. It was that really made it for me. I knew I was someplace special where you could do that.
Right. You know
Then
what?
you're
In
only.
here, while you were speaking about edible bamboo, Jessica just commented on that
Mhm.
she enjoys edible bamboo as well.
Oh, well, you have to get here and give us some recipes. Teach us how to grow
Yeah.
and cook it.
So
All
we're
that.
so we're moving on to the other farmers market,
Yeah, I
Ole
picked this
Farms.
Hina Ole Farmers Market. This is right in town in Hilo, and I picked it because one of their taglines was, "Is if you didn't want to go to a place where all the tourists are going,
Right.
this might be something to check out." And I think people just in the neighborhood go and do their produce shopping on a regular basis. It's
Right.
I, maybe there's a half a dozen tents or something like that, but it's a great opportunity again to get to meet people in the neighborhood and the vendors and talk story with them. So a little, we'll call this off the beaten path.
Right.
Yeah,
This
definitely
is
off the beaten path.
off the
It's
beaten
something to check
path.
out. You know.
Well, Michael, I wanted to thank you so much for providing all of your local tips to the
Mhm.
audience. And if any of you are looking into, connect with Michael services the east side of the island, make sure to drop us a comment or send us an email. You guys have all the links available in this channel to whatever you're watching, either YouTube or Facebook. But we will be more than happy to connect with you. Michael, as you pretty much see, he's so well rounded on the east side of Hawaii. And not only that, he knows all the local spots. So if you guys want to connect with Michael as well, please feel free to let us know. Michael, do you have any final thoughts for the people that are watching?
Oh, well, just keep your eye out because you never know what you're going to find along the way. There's so many other little, these are, the ones that are advertised that might have websites, but there's others that are just popping up left and right along the highway. And,
Right.
those are places just to stop and visit. I did that when I first moved here. There's one actually in Kau that I would frequent quite often. And the woman, I just got to be friends with her and she was reasonably priced. And as I would go there, she would throw something extra in my bag. She's like, "Oh, Michael, you should try this. Oh, you should try this. You should try this." And that's what it's all about. Like I said, it's getting to know people and get to meet them, and you know them by name and what they do, and hear a little bit of their stories as well. Great connection.
Right. And then it'll also give you things to talk about with your friends. I mean, if you just moved here, you're going around town, you're trying all these things, and you're like, oh, guess what? I tried lychee, for the first time. Or,
Yes.
but that is
Yeah.
such a great advice. Keep your eyes open to if you're driving around the island. Make sure to stop at those fruit stands that are on the road, and
Mhm.
certainly visit one of the farmers markets that we showed you guys today. Thank you so much, Michael, for being here today, and thank you guys for anybody watching. Thank you, Jessica, for all of your comments, and we are very much looking forward to connecting with you guys in the future. Have
Yes.
a beautiful, beautiful day.
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.